This is Ray's 1, 2, 3 Easy Cooking, and today we'll be making triple cheese mac and cheese. I already have our water boiling and salted, so the first thing we're gonna wanna do is get out our noodles. I like rotini, which is what I have, but you can use any noodle, assuming I can get the box open. Got it! All right, so we're gonna come over here and we're not gonna put anything on the stovetop because that's dangerous. And steam. Put it down here. And we're gonna pour in our noodles. Now, it takes 7 to 8 minutes for al dente, so I'm gonna cook them for 7 to 8 minutes. If you like yours not al dente, which means they're not crunchy, cook them for 9 to 10. Don't cook them more than 10, they'll start to get mushy. All right, so now we should start making the cheese sauce. So we're gonna wanna get out some flour, and we're gonna make a roux. Now, a roux is going to be the base of our cheese sauce. So what the roux is it's just water and flour. So if you've ever done that little experiment where you put liquids in flour, that's what a roux is, and we just cook it. So we are going to turn this on, and we're gonna put a tiny bit of flour. About this much, little more if you're making with more cheese. Next, we're gonna go into here, and we're gonna find some water. Now you don't need much. Like, it shouldn't even cover the bottom of the pan if you're using a pan with the size I'm using. So next, we're gonna wanna get out, not that, this. And we're gonna wanna just kind of mix it. Don't get it too mixed. It can be okay to be clumpy. Now mine needs a little more water because it's really, really sticky. So we're gonna add just the tiniest bit more water. Remember, I haven't turned on the stove yet for this burner. All right, now it's less sticky. So we're gonna turn it on. And if you have an electric stove, the same as this one, put it at 5. For anyone else, put it at whatever your medium setting is. We don't want it too hot, but we don't want it too cold. Okay, so we're gonna leave this to sit for a couple minutes. And we're gonna get out our cheese. Today I am using 3 types of cheese. I am using Gouda, sharp cheddar, and baby Swiss. You can switch out the cheeses, use whatever kind of cheese you like, and if you're going to use the same one as mine, know I go a little heavy on the Gouda and a little light on the Swiss. Okay, so we're gonna come back to our roux, and we're going to cook. Well, that's what we're doing right now anyways. So we're gonna stir it again, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check on our pasta. So we're gonna wanna get out spatula, something like that, just that you can get a noodle and test it with. So I'm feeling that these noodles are still pretty hard. So we're gonna leave that on. And we're gonna come back to our roux again. I know we're coming back to the roux a lot, but roux actually need a lot of attention because once they get going, they burn quickly. So I'm looking at my roux, and it's very, very, very runny. And it shouldn't be this runny. It shouldn't be super thick, but it shouldn't be runny. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a tiny bit more flour in here. And remember, if you add too much flour, just add some more water. It's a give and take. And remember, every burner and every flour package and every bottle of water is a little bit different. So yours won't be the exact same as mine, and this one won't be the exact same as the next time we make it. So now I'm seeing that the roux has become a little more thick. and this is what we want. So we're gonna scrape the flour off the sides, mix it in, and we're gonna leave it. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get out our cheese. Now, I could not find grated baby Swiss, but you might be able to. So I bought a block and grated it. So this is the amount of baby Swiss I'm going to use. We're gonna use some Gouda too. And like I said, I go heavier on the Gouda than I do with the other cheeses. So just feel it, make sure it's not all stuck in a clump, which I should have done with the Swiss. Yep, the Swiss isn't stuck. And we're also going to use sharp cheddar. So we're gonna check on our roux, and our roux probably needs a couple more minutes. So while we're waiting, we're gonna check on our noodles again. So you go back, get your spatula or whatever you've been using, feel them again. Again, they're still a little bit hard, but they're softer than last time, which means we're getting somewhere. We should be getting somewhere because they're in water. So next, well, you probably should dust off your hands if you have flour on them like I do. So again, we need to stir our roux because if we don't, it'll stick to the bottom and it will burn faster than a tree struck by lightning. So mine's getting thick, which means it's getting ready, but it's gotten too thick. So we need to add more water, which I just put away. So again, the tiniest bit of water and the tiniest bit of flour when you do add stuff. Not much is ever needed because you don't want to make too much. Oops, look like we're being clumsy today. All right, now we're gonna add cheese. I'm gonna start with the baby Swiss. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna just mix it, get it in, start to melt it. And you don't wanna add your cheese all at once because you could overfill your pan and then it could start to burn if you don't stir it enough. Again, we're being very clumsy today. So we're just gonna keep stirring this, make sure it doesn't stick and burn. And because there's water, well, more like milk in the cheese, it will become liquidy, I wanna say. So next, I'm going to get out my Gouda. And I like to go heavy on Gouda, like I said 4 times already. So I'm not gonna add the whole package, but I'm gonna add a good bit of it. As you can see, I still have a little left. So then, I'm gonna keep stirring. Stirring, 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 stirring. I feel like I have the Just Keep Swimming song going through my head right now. Remember to keep it on the burner. All right, so pry that off because we need that. All right, we're gonna go check on our noodles again because we have to keep doing things. Ah, hot. All right, put this on the counter. They're still not quite ready, but we're gonna leave the cap off so it can steam. And because this looks a little clumpy, we're gonna add the tiniest bit of water. So we're just gonna keep stirring, 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 stirring. All right, that looks much nicer. clumpy, and now it's more swirly. Swirly is fun. Okay, so again, we're gonna get our spatula. We're gonna check these noodles. Now, they kind of feel ready, but you should always taste it. You're gonna leave this here to cool because no one needs to eat that when it's straight out. And my cheese is sizzling and it's going to burn if I don't do it. So again, bit more water because the pan is burning out of water and we don't need to dry cook anything. We're just gonna keep stirring and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna feel our noodle, and it seems cold enough now, so we're gonna eat it. All right, I'm happy with it. It's a nice al dente temperature, not temperature, crunchiness. So we're gonna turn off the boiler for that, and we're gonna feel the pot pans, and they're still hot, but not as hot as they could be. So we're gonna leave this here, and we're gonna keep going with the cheese sauce. All right, again, we're cooking out the water. So back in the water goes. Now, you don't have to do this, and there are replacements for butter, like margarine, but I prefer butter. So we're going to add just the tiniest bit of butter. And as you can see, it's room temperature-ish. Probably a little more because I've been handling it. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna get out our sharp cheddar and we're gonna put it in. And right now, it is crucial that we stir. Because if we don't, well, it'll be bad. I've never done it, but my dad says it'll be bad. So, we're just gonna stir, and it's gonna look like a motley. It should not be entirely one color, but it shouldn't be too mottled. So this is good. So we're gonna use this, and we are going to put in some of that butter. And the butter is gonna melt in, and it's gonna really just work nice with the flavor of the cheese because they're both dairy products. So they should have similar taste profiles. Hot. Ow. So next, we're gonna turn down the heat on this. Turn it down to a medium-low. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna get out our bowl, our nice big bowl. It should be able to hold all of your pasta. So we're gonna take our colander and we're gonna put it here. Ow. Okay, it's still hot. Nope, we're gonna wait on that. We're gonna stir our cheese sauce some more. All right, now that our butter has melted into our cheese sauce, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna put our cheese sauce right in here. Now, once you put it in, it is crucial that you continue to stir it or it'll harden up. But we can't put it back on that because it'll cook out all the water and be dry and hard, and nobody likes that. So we're just gonna let that cool. And we're gonna come back over here, ow, again. And we're gonna get the water out, hopefully. And maybe not get it all over the counter. But you never know with these things, do ya? There we go. So now we're gonna rinse that. And we're gonna dump the noodles into here. And if a couple stray ones get out of the pot, just eat them. Or drop them on the floor, that works too. This is hot. So yeah, it's just gonna stay right there. Then what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna spill several noodles on the floor, and that's how life works. Two steps forward, one step back. So then, the cheese is gonna come off it. And we're just gonna keep stirring and putting stuff back into the bowl that falls off if it doesn't fall on the floor. Or into the not conveniently placed garbage can that is nowhere to be seen. So once you do that, if you have any extra cheese left and you feel like doing this, you can take some and you can sprinkle it off the top. I'm gonna use the cheddar for that, and I'm gonna use the Gouda for that. And we're gonna get all the food off the spoon. And we're gonna clean up. I like to put parsley on mine, and you don't have to do this. Again, lots of the stuff in here. Don't have to do it if you don't want to. But I think it adds a nice zing to it. Zing! No, it does not sing zing, but I wish it could. And you can put as much or as little or none on as you want. It's your choice. So we're gonna take the cheese and the empty cheese bag. It's gonna go back in here. And we're just gonna kind of stir it up, just get the hardened stuff off the sides. And this is triple cheese mac and cheese. Thank you for watching Ray's 1, 2, 3 Easy Cooking. Kids, you can do this on your own or with an adult. If you want to see more of the show that's to come or want to see this recipe again, you can see it on the Why Not YouTube channel. We'll also tons of our other shows there. Check it out. Bye!